a lot of times in different work environments, you're going to get a whole wider range of people. You're going to get the softies and you're going to get the hardies, right? You're going to get the people that are easily offended, people that it doesn't really take much to offend them, you know? Like they're just thick-skinned, right? And so you got the hard workers, the overachievers, and you got the slackers, and the ones that are kind of half-assing the whole thing, right? So you got to really kind of adapt and change your personalities with each of those. As a leader, you have to be very, very aware on how to you're not changing yourself, you're just changing your style of communication to effectively get the work done. And in each level, the focus is different, right? The entry level is focused on field work, all right? The supervisory level is focused on employee behavior and employee satisfaction, employee proficiency, right? And then on administrative level, they're more worried about outcomes. They're more worried about what have we done right and what have we done wrong all throughout the year. So when you understand those different social systems at your job site, right, you become more proficient at your job because you understand from this level, what do they expect? You're able to work according to
an experience on a previous team where I was where from a male employee, they just were viewing my position as more of an admin type position, and so sometimes you run into that too, and you just you address it the best you can, and not allow it to impact you in a negative way or defeat you. You just kind of have to move forward and know that you're going to come across that sometimes, and just be prepared to deal with that.
Because our field is heavily populated with females in the professional environment, and because also the field is overly populated with female clients, right? Because we deal with a lot of mothers and their children, whether they're mothers that are just giving birth to brand new babies or mothers who've had children for a really long time. In either or matter, we have this kind of connection between female social workers and female clients to the point where sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, as a male worker, as a male supervisor, when I give in my input about a certain situation that I might feel is might appear neglectful or abusive in certain ways or not, that the females the females in a room, as far as professionals, kind of think to, like, what do you know about? What do you know about this kind of motherly duty, So there seems to be a little bit of a judgment that you sometimes sense from the female kind of professional dominant sort of perspective.
A lot of what I do is developmental, so I think the way in which I influence people is helping them achieve a potential inside of them that they either were unaware they had or know they have but can't get there. So that's a lot of where I find myself influencing others. And I think there needs to be a level of care and concern for their development. Like that goes with the training I just said. Like you need to be invested and involved with it. I think if people see that you have the ability to listen and care for them well and get them somewhere they want to be, then you're a leader no matter what. You don't have to have a title to be a leader. Realistically, you need to learn how people operate in order to best come alongside them. You can't treat everyone the same.
You have to know your employees. And whether that comes to the interview process or just spending time with them. If you don't know the people that you're managing or what they're good at or what they can do, you're going to be a bad manager because you don't know where to put them. People management is, if done poorly, it's going to be the downfall of your business.
So you just have to understand your audience, I guess, like the people you will be working with, in which you see people's strengths and weaknesses and you know how to bring them all together to work together best, meaning you give certain ones roles that will bring life and give them like energy. My boss is walking around all arrogant and just talking up stuff and not really caring about us. It's just hard. Versus a boss that's willing to serve his employees and care well. I think that's important.
What I would kind of do is ask them why it's not desirable, meet them where they're at, and just kind of work with them to kind of get the task done.
Treating everyone the same, like respecting everyone and loving everyone in that way. And just being an effective, I think, caregiver for all.
I think the most important trait for a leader is somebody who's walked the walk. Meaning, it's not just okay to be able to talk and, provide a bunch of fluff. I think you should be able to do the work or do the thing that you're asking others to do, right?
A successful leader needs to have strength. They need to have competence. They need to have excellent organizational and time management skills.
I think to be a good leader, you need to be patient. You need to be able to teach your people what they need to know in order to get where they need to go.
For me, trust is a hard thing to gain because once it's lost, it's always hard to get trust back. But when they can go out and find things to do on their own without being told, when I can leave and be gone for a day and no one knows I'm gone, that means that they have stepped up and become a trusted team member that's going to get the job done, whether I'm watching them or giving them specific step-by-step direction. Then they are then a trusted team member. Also, integrity is really important to me, how they handle different situations. That's huge. People want more. They want to do less, but they want more for it. They don't want to work to the level that they used to a few years ago. Other things are more important than actually working